Okay. So, good afternoon. Today, the topic of today's session is television journalism. Uh, Basically, it's a part of this topic is part of your theory course MJM 023, that is broadcast and online journalism. And the whole course MJM 023 is distributed into three different blocks, and the second block is titled as a television journalism. And in this block we have 5 units. 5 units means 5 chapters. First is television and audiovisual medium. Second is writing for television. Third is television news. Fourth is content production for television. And the fifth one is presentation technique. We will try to cover some important aspects of this block in this session. And if you have any query, you can raise your queries. You can raise your hand also, or you can type your query in the chat box also. Chat box is open to me. Yeah, okay, so there is one comment that due to the time, we all know that we are connected internationally. So in India, it's a good afternoon, and for you, it's a good morning. So good morning. Uh, so mm, the first chapter of this block is television journalism. First of all, television and audiovisual medium. First of all, we should consider the you know the present shape of television in the era of internet. So television came, and television was you can say the first audiovisual medium. And earlier it was based on the broadcast technology. All are requested to please mute yourself. Okay, it is creating some disturbance here. Thank you. So nowadays television is not only the broadcast based medium. Broadcasting is a type of technology which enabled the audiovisual content reaching to the different homes. And earlier it was terrestrial broadcast, then it was shifted to the satellite broadcast also. And now though broadcast technology is working parallelly, but we are shifting towards the internet technology, and we are in the era of webcasting or streaming, or you can say podcasting. So those type of things, internet based technologies are there. But basically when we are talking about television, we are talking about the audiovisual content, the audiovisual format. And earlier or still it was presented through the television, but the now a lot of audiovisual content has been disseminated through the internet based platform. So platform may change, but the audiovisual format, the audiovisual content, how to produce audiovisual content, how to do reporting for audiovisual news items, how to write for audiovisual news items. So we will discuss these aspects, because these aspects will be permanent. So when you are producing a news package, audiovisual news package, you can broadcast it through television, you can broadcast it through internet based platforms, through YouTube, or through the uh, website of a particular channel, or through different types of social media also. But the content, that news package, is in audiovisual format only. So earlier, the only way to broadcast it was traditional broadcasting methods, broadcasting technology through terrestrial broadcast or the satellite broadcast. Now the new platform has come and we are using internet as a platform, but the basic thing to create, to produce that content, that is same. We have been shifted to to internet in a big level, in a big way. But how to produce a audio visual news package, how to produce a audio visual program, how to produce a audio visual feature, or how to produce a audio visual documentary, so that remains same. That type of techniques, skills are same. Only platform can change. You can use it, the traditional broadcasting technology, to disseminate your audiovisual content, or you can use the internet based platforms also to disseminate your content. So more or less, the technology or the skills, or the aesthetic sense or the knowledge required to produce these audio visual news content or current affairs content remains same, and we will discuss these things. So first chapter is television and audiovisual medium. We will share. Let me share the screen. Okay. So this is few important aspects in television journalism. The television reporting is one of them. Then the content production for television is one of them, and the writing for television is also very important. Very important. How to write for the audio. When we are talking about the television here, it's basically we are talking about the audio visual. Nowadays in India, the news channels, all the news channels are available on internet also. You can watch the news channels through the traditional broadcasting technology or on internet. And now they are not using the term television reporter, they are using the term reporter, because video is an audiovisual format, and that can be used through broadcast technology or internet based technology. So now they are calling themselves as a video journalists or video reporter, because now they are not only working the same news package or the same report they are using for the traditional broadcast also, and they are using for their YouTube channels or their own webcast or streaming also. So that is basically, we are talking about the video reporting, and that video reporting can be used for television in traditional way or on the internet platforms also. So if you will see the structure of a news channel, of a television news channel, you will find that there are two major departments. Major departments may first is editorial, and the second is others, that includes engineering, marketing, and many other aspects they are covering. So one is editorial. Editorial department is handling the content, whatever content a television channel is gathering, and then processing them, and then finally disseminating. So all these activities or all these content are handled by the editorial department. Editorial department is linked with the content of television news channel, and the other department, there are a lot of technical aspects also that is handled by the engineering. Then there are a lot of aspects of marketing also, advertisement, marketing, and other things, that those are handled by the marketing department and others. But as a journalist, our major concern is with editorial department, because editorial department is dealing with the content of a television news channel. So in editorial department, basically, we all know that if you will see the case of India, in India, there are hundreds and hundreds of private television news channels, hundreds and hundreds, many hundreds. And we have one public television news channel also, that is called DD News. That is the news channel of Doordarshan. And many other, after the Gulf War, the news channels, private news channels entered into the India, and there was a policy decision in 1995, and the airwaves were opened for the private parties after one verdict of Honorable Supreme Court of India. And then uh, many parties, many private players came into this television news channel business. So every channel may have, some other type of structure or nomenclature for different types of posts, but basically, in general, this is the structure, the top structure of a television news channel. So one television news channel is headed by, it can be by an editor or news director, or it can be said managing editor also. So these are few names of the head of a news channel. No doubt, editorial. We are here talking about the editorial head, and the other nomenclatures may also be used for these posts. So, editor, news director, or managing editor, or some other names can be also there. And then three major departments. First is input and assignment, second is out, and third is operation. So all these are the part of editorial only. Here we are not talking about the marketing, here we are not talking about the engineering. This is basically the editorial portion of a television news channel. Here there are few, question marks. That is, many times, like input head. One person is on the post of input head, and he is working for a long time, and channel wants to promote them, but there is no scope. So many times they can create some posts between editor and input head also to promote that person. But in general, the television channel is headed by editor or news director or managing editor, and the three major, heads or chiefs under the editor, they are input or assignment head, second is output head, and the third is operation head. So operation head is, dealing the different types of camera units, video, availability of camera crew, availability of transport, availability of video editors, availability of, video editing machines and all. But input and output head, they are directly linked with the editorial. They are directly linked with the content of a television news channel. Now we will see the functioning of a television news channel. So in this slide, you can see that, yes. So first is input or assignment. As the name suggests, the role of input is to collect the raw material, the raw news. So here in this slide, you can see that the raw news is coming from different sources. Some may be from their reporting networks, their own reporters. Some raw news may be from the, part-time reporters on at the ground level. That those are called as stringers in India. Some may be from the agencies, some may be from the newspapers also, because in television news channels they are monitoring all the newspapers and print media magazines also, so that they can get some idea from the newspapers also. Some may be from the monitoring of the other television news channels and internet platforms, or maybe from different types of sources. Some nowadays they are getting ideas and stories from social media also. So input's role is here, this slide clearly shows that input's role is to collect, raw news material from different sources. So this is the work of input, collecting the sufficient raw material for the channel. Then there is a processing part. This is the work of output. Okay. So output role is whatever is broadcasted by that particular TV news channel, that is decided by the output. Okay. Input collects many, news material. Then output process it. Output first work of output is to select from those channels. Okay, we all know that in television news channels we have a limited time of 24 hours. Okay, within, we have to give place to all the different type of story in this 24 hours only. And in that 24 hours also, the night period, the sleeping period, is generally the repeat broadcast. They are not using the fresh content because nobody is watching at that time. So they can't select all the news items gathered by the input due to the time constraint. Okay, so input is collecting many stories, providing many stories to channel. Then the first work of output is, number one, to select. They are the gatekeepers. So there is a gatekeeping process here. So they are selecting news stories from the available or from the provided raw news material by the input. Then the second thing is, once they select the news items, they need to process it. They need to make it broadcastable. Okay, then after processing, they are preparing the rundown. Rundown is basically, you can say, the schedule of different shows and different bulletins, and which story will go at first, which story will be given in place of headlines, which story will be given what time duration. So all these things is fixed by in the rundown, and this is the work of output. And the final okay for the broadcasting of the content, that is under the control of output. So here you can see that these two departments, input and output, play very important, very crucial role in the functioning of a television news channel. Input, regulates or handles the gathering of news material, and the output controls the broadcasting. Whatever content is going from that channel, that is controlled. Selection of news, then presentation of news, all these things are decided by the output. So input, I already discussed. Input's role is gathering news material from many sources. They have their own reporting networks also. From headquarters to the state headquarters, they have bureau chiefs. Then the smaller towns, they have stringers. A stringer is a word in India which is used for contractual reporters. They are not the full-time staff or television news channel or a newspaper. Also, stringers you can find in television news channels also, as well as in the print media also. So at the small towns or block level or at the grassroots level, they have the network of stringers. They are working for different channels and newspapers, and they are getting paid as per the some minimum amount they are paying regularly, but main payment is based on the selected news items. If the channel or the newspaper is selecting their news item, they are paid accordingly. So the stringers, every channel and newspaper has a big network of stringers, but those stringers are not the permanent staff of news channel or news organization. They are paid on the content basis. Whatever content are selected and received from them for the broadcast or from the publication, they are paid accordingly. So many input sources, they are attending press conferences also. They are monitoring the social media accounts of different newsmakers, the famous politicians, or other celebrities. According to their beats, they are following the social media handles of different ministries. So they are getting material from different sources. The agencies are also a very important source. News agencies are providing a lot of content. They are monitoring other channels also. They are monitoring print media also, and they are collecting a lot of raw news material for their channel. So this is the work of input. Now the structure, as input is called also assignment in many news channels, and the person who is heading the assignment, that is called, generally they are called assignment head or input head. And there is a complete, here you can see in this slide, this is the structure of a reporting network of a television news channel. So there is a big bureau in the headquarter also of the channel, that is mainly in the most of the cases of national news channels, they are situated in Delhi or National Capital Territory, NCR. Then in states, they have bureau chiefs. Okay. So bureau chief in every state, or major states, they have bureau offices, and that is headed by the bureau chief. Then they have special correspondents also. Then the principal correspondent, then the correspondent, then the reporter, and then the stringer. Till this post reporter, all these are the permanent full-time staff of the television news channel. But the stringer, as I mentioned you earlier also, the stringers are the contractual one, and they are posted, at the grassroots level, small towns, district towns, and sometimes in rural areas also. So this is the structure of reporting network or input department of a television news channel. Do you have, I think we discussed the structure, basically the functional structure of a television news channel. So if any question by this slide, as for Malawi, we have close to 10 television stations catering for over 19 million people. Okay, fine, it's fine. In India, I think there are around 400 television news channels. I'm talking about news, not about the other entertainment channels. So in India, there is a division of news and current affairs and other entertainment channels. So other entertainment channels are also in a huge number, but around 400 television news channels. The channels are, they have mandate to broadcast news and current affairs content, and they are in different languages. They are in English, they are in Hindi, they are in Tamil, Telugu. We have, many languages, many other Indian languages, and they have their own, regional television news channels also. Okay, so I explained the structure of a television, typical structure of a television news channel. So if you have any query, you can raise your query. Otherwise, I will move ahead. Okay. Now, TV reporting in the age of internet. Now, TV reporters are basically video reporters, as I mentioned you. Their reports are utilized for television and OTT platforms. Same reports may be used for news websites also. These reports are also circulated on social media platforms. So one report, if a television or you can say video journalist prepare one report, earlier the only platform was the television channel. Now, there are multiple platforms available for that one report. That one report is broadcasted by the television channel, number one. Then it is available on their YouTube channel. Then it is available on their own OTT platforms or their news websites. Then the same report is, circulated through the social media also. So different types of social media, it may be Facebook, it may be, WhatsApp, it may be, Instagram. So these reports are now, they are getting more coverage. They are reaching to more people through different types of platforms. So now a video news report is not a single platform report. It's a multi-platform report, and multiple platforms are used to disseminate it. So this is the one change after, in the era of internet. Now, how is video reporting different from print reporting? I think it's quite clear that in print we have at least 24 hours, because newspaper will be printed in the late night and will be circulated in the early morning. So you have enough time. Okay, so there is less immediacy if we will compare it with television or internet. Okay, so television, radio, and internet, all these three different platforms demands, they demand immediacy because you can update the content immediately. So there is a rush also to break the news first, to report the news first in all three, in radio also, in television also, and on internet-based platforms also. So television reporting is different from the print reporting. On the basis of first is the factor of immediacy, and the second is visuals are required for a for a print reporter, or for a radio reporter, or for a news website reporter. Visuals are not required. So if you have seen something, you can write and you can file your report also. There is no need to collect visuals. The same thing is applicable with the radio also, since it's a only audio medium. So you need to see the things and you need to report it, and that will go through the audio. In websites also, since websites can use different type of, they are using text also. So if you don't have any visuals, so it's a fine, only text material can go to the website also. But it's not possible in television. If you are filing any report in television, you need visuals, because visuals are main, you can say the primary requirement for the television, because television is basically a audio visual medium with the dominance of visual. Though it is possible ki nowadays you can find ki if some reporter got some breaking news, that breaking news television channels are providing in the breaking news plate in the format of text, then the anchor is explaining something, then you can take the reporter on the phone also. So those things are allowed, but finally they are in hurry to get visuals as early as possible, because for television news channels this is the primary requirement. But for print or for radio or for even the websites also, that is not the primary requirement. Now if you will divide the TV reporting, we can divide it into two categories. First is live reporting and the second is recorded reporting. So live reporting means we all know that something is happening and your reporter is reporting that event or that incident from the spot in the real time. That is the live reporting. Earlier, for live reporting, very heavy technology, very costly technology was required. Big trucks were used for the live reporting. But thanks to internet, now the things are very easy. Live reporting is quite easy. Very cost effective equipments can be used. We can use the internet also for the live reporting. So one is live reporting and second is recorded reporting. Recorded reporting, it means ki you have recorded the visuals, then you have prepared your script, then you have recorded your voiceover, then you compiled all the things, gave the form of television news package, and then it is broadcasted by the television. So this is the recorded reporting. And in live reporting, things are happening, reporter is on the spot and reporter is telling the story and showing the visuals. So the visuals are live, the reporters commentary is live, everything is live and in the real time. So that is the live reporting. And now you can see, since technology is changing, and the live reporting is now very easy and cost effective. A lot of live reports are available on the television news channels, because live reports are more credible. They are adding credibility. You are seeing the things as they are happening. So there is no selection of visual, though there is a possibility of selection also, because finally your camera person is showing the you are watching the incident through the camera, through the eye of camera, and that camera is handled by a camera person or it is controlled by a television news channel. So that type of gatekeeping or filtering is there. but still it's a more, credible than the recorded news report, because the things are, happening and you are watching it in real time. So channels are giving more and more weightage to the live reporting, and earlier it was a costly affairs due to the technical requirements, but now it's a quite easy, and it can be, done cost effectively, and you can see more and more live news reports in your television channels. So now we will see the requirements for effective TV reporting. So news sense is the basic requirement of any reporter, whether we are talking about the you know print or television or online or for radio. So news sense is must. A reporter should have, news sense. Can you explain? Anyone explain what is news sense? What do we mean by the news sense?
Maybe you can try that one.
Ha, please.
Yes, news sense, meaning that the stories that you are filing or the stories that you are compiling
Mhm.
must be newsworthy, must
Okay.
have the news value in it.
Exactly. Exactly. Thank you. There are endless incidents happening around us, endless, but all are not news. So a reporter should have the news sense. Okay, so a reporter should have this understanding ki which incident can be considered as a news, and you are talking, you are discussing, or you are working in different type of news channels. Some reporters may be working in a regional news channel, so they should, and some may be in the national news channels. So the requirements of both the channels are different. Okay, so a reporter must have the understanding ki what factors or what features or what elements should be there in an incident to make it as a national news or regional news or any type of news, because lakhs, thousands and lakhs of incidents happening around us, but all can be considered as a news. So news sense is must. Second is objectivity. Objectivity is also required for a reporter, though many times we are discussing ki, is it really possible to achieve the, true objectivity. But can you explain, anyone explain, and then what is objectivity, and can we achieve the true objectivity when we are doing reporting and when we are doing some reporting assignments?
Objectivity is devoid of bias in the story, and
Exactly.
sometimes it depends as to how you are, on which side of the fence you are
Mhm.
when you are writing, because uh, it is very very difficult to be objective sometimes, because we people are born with the some sort of alignment towards something else. So we just have to try to be objective always.
Okay, very good. Objectivity means, okay, just give me 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, so yes, objectivity is you should be free from bias, and you should give the equal, or the representation of all the parties related to a particular news story. As a reporter, you should be neutral. Your work is to report the things to your audience. Don't add any value to it, don't add any judgment to it. So all these things are linked with the objectivity. But uh, as we just heard that it's a very difficult to be objective, because being a human, we have, our upbringing with some ideology, with some type of thinking, and we are not we are standing at somewhere, so that decides many things. So that is there. Sometimes it may be your national interest, sometimes it may be your, religious affiliation, sometimes it may be your regional or linguistic affiliations. So these type of affiliations, there is a continuous struggle with objectivity and these type of affiliations. But as a reporter, we should try our best. I can't say that it's a really easy to achieve the true objectivity, but as a reporter, as a journalist, we must try to achieve the objectivity, you know up to the possible, extent. That is important. And that is a very important factor or feature of a television or any type of news reporter. Then the strong network of sources, that is, of course, this is the capital of any reporter, whether the reporter is working for any type of medium, print, electronic, or online. The network of sources are the actual capital, the actual asset of a reporter. So if you have, there are many normal news items that is reported by the given by the agencies, or that is given coming from the press conferences, then the press releases. So all these material are available with all the news organizations. What exclusive you are providing to your organization, that is the factor which makes you a big reporter, or which makes you a star reporter. Okay, so that exclusive matter is not coming from the news agencies. News agencies are providing material that is available with all the subscribers. That exclusive material cannot come from the press conferences. Press conferences are open for all. So by monitoring the social media account of the newsmakers, you can't, get that type of exclusive news item. So the exclusive, really exclusive news items, news material, stories can be achieved from your sources only. So if as a reporter, if you have, a strong network of sources, then you can give exclusive stories to your organization, and which will be not available with the other news organization. So that is very important, the strong network of news sources, network of sources. And as a reporter, we should work hard, we should take it very sincerely to nurture our network of sources. And the credibility is very important. Your sources should have complete confidence on you, and you should maintain the credibility. You should maintain the, if your source is saying no, don't reveal their name, so at any cost you should keep your word, you should maintain the confidentiality of your sources. So these things are, creating trust among the sources for you. And if you are a trustworthy reporter, if you are working hard to nurture your, source network, then you will become a good reporter, you will be an excellent reporter, and you will be a exclusive reporter. You will be able to give exclusive stories to your news organization, apart from the common news stories coming from agencies, coming from press releases, press conferences, social media accounts, and all. Then the sharp observation. Sharp observation is very important, very important. The things are happening, okay? And if you have sharp observation, you can observe certain things. You can observe a different angle, or you can observe something which will be further investigated, and you will get good stories. So that type of sharp observation is required. Okay. Then capacity to read between the lines, of course. Uh, Different type of people, organization, agencies, they are putting their stand, or they are putting their versions in front of media. So reporting as it is a normal work, is a routine work. But if you have that ability, you can sense the hidden meaning, you can sense the non-revealed things from the revealed material. Okay, then you will be a good reporter. You will create, you should create this ability to read between the lines, to try to find out the non-revealed things from the revealed material. So a lot of things you should observe: the gesture, posture, facial expression of the people who are doing press conferences. Then you should do some investigation also. So these type of things should, add, more and more in your reporting skills, and then you will be a, hotcake for the different news organizations. A reporter which has a very good news sense, a reporter which has very strong network of sources, which has sharp observation, which has capacity to read between the lines. So these type of reporters are always hotcake for all the news organizations wants to, to associate with you. Then the good communication skill, that is important, because on television it's not a writing thing. You will have to speak and you will have to face camera. So that is important. Habit of reading newspaper, it is important, because when you are working in a television channel, many times you can get very good story ideas from the newspaper. So newspaper may reported something, and if you smelled something, okay, it's a good story idea and I can go and investigate it further, I will try to go deeper into it, and then you can find many interesting story for your television channel. Then keep an eye on other news media. It's of course important. If you have assigned any beat, if you are working on a political beat, so you should monitor the other media also. What is reported by the other media, and then it will give you the idea, okay, something missed by you, or these are the new developments, and you can focus on that. Ability to work hard. It's not a reporting. Television reporting is not a 9 to 5 job. So the working hours are more. The working shifts are not fixed. Many times you have to follow a story day and night for many days. So in that case, you can't claim ki now it's a 5 o'clock and now you want to go to your home. So that is not possible. So hard working people are always required for television reporting. Knowledge of media laws and ethics, it's a very important, because there are two people in the case of television. The A lot of people are working behind the screen, but the connection between the channel and to the audience, to the viewers, are with two people. First is anchor and second is reporter, because reporter is also coming on the screen, filing their reports and interacting with with the viewers. So only two people are visible on the screen. First is the anchor and second is a reporter. So being a reporter, this is your responsibility to understand the legal and ethical concerns of your news report. Okay, so you must be aware of the media laws applicable in your country and the professional ethics of journalism. Okay, and you should always try to follow the media laws and ethics. If you are not aware of the media laws and if you are not following properly, then you may be in problem and you will bring your organization also in the problem. In India, we have many examples of heavy fines and some punishments also, even the suspension of broadcasting of channels also, due to the violation of different media laws and sometimes ethical guidelines also. So being a reporter, since you are representing your channel to the audience and you are visible there, you are collecting a content that is broadcasted to the audiences, you should understand the this is a responsibility, the job with a lot of responsibilities. Your report can create, problem in the society, also can create, differences between the two groups, or can create the law and order problem also. So you should have understanding of this responsibility, and you must follow the enforced media laws as well as the professional ethics. Then multitasking. Nowadays, in television news channels, especially in India, they need people who can work, who can do many works. Okay, so they don't want just reporter. They want reporter who can write their script also, who can record their voiceover also, who can sit with the editors and guide him to prepare the final package also. Sometimes nowadays few channels have removed the job of camera persons also. In that case, reporters are using their smartphones and doing reporting with selfie sticks. So earlier it was reporter and cameraman. Now only the single man team, that is reporter is doing the camera work also. They are using smartphones. Now mobile journalism very popular, and many national television news channels in India also, they are promoting smartphones, good quality smartphones, for collecting visuals and for reporting assignments. So in that case, reporters should be multitasking. Then the knowledge of more than one language, it is always beneficial. It is always beneficial, especially in the context of countries which are multilingual. Like if we are taking the example of India, so India, many news channels, they have their English news channels, they have their Hindi news channels, or English and Tamil, or English and Bangla. So these type one organizations are running multiple multi language channels. So one, if, like, just take an example, the case of, we have a TV Today group, and TV Today group has English news channel India Today, and one Hindi national news channel that is called Aastak. So if they have one reporter who can file the report in English as well as in Hindi, they will prefer him, because in the same cost they can get content in English as well as Hindi, and one reporter can report for both the channels. So the reporters who can speak or who are comfortable with more than one language, they always preferred by the media organization. Okay. So we discussed, some important aspects of television news reporting. Uh, it's important, and because in the change scenario now, as I told you, that the same report is used by the different platforms of the news organization. So that changed a lot the role and responsibilities of a reporter. We will continue it, our session on television news reporting, but I think we should take 10 minutes break. Is it fine? Should we assemble after 10 minutes?
It's fine.
Okay, so now we are taking break, and we will again meet after 10 minutes. Thank you. Welcome back. Okay, so am I audible to all? Because I just saw one concern. So am I audible? Okay,
Yes, I
You're
can hear you.
audible. We can hear you.
thank you. So we discussed about, we are discussing, our discussion is on television reporting, and that is important aspect of television journalism. Because if you will see the whole journalism, as we discussed, that there are two important work. One is input. The inputs work is to gather the information, the gather the content, and then the output responsibility is to select from the gathered content and make them presentable, and then finally present or broadcast them. So in these two important works, reporters are the part of input, no doubt. But as I discussed just a few minutes back, that nowadays organizations are demanding the multitasking people. So a reporter's responsibility is not just to report the things, to collect the visuals. The reporters should write the script also. The output work is also, done by the reporter, writing the, preparing the script, recording the voiceover, then sitting with the video editor to finalize the package. So all these things, a reporter should know. Only then he or she can get employment. So these are the employers demand these days. A reporter should be multitasking. So here few tips for the aspiring television news reporters. Have good coordination with team members, especially with camera person. uh, we discussed that nowadays many television news channels are going for just one man team, and that is the reporter. And the reporter is using high quality smartphones to collect the visuals. They are using selfie sticks, and they are doing the jobs of both the camera person as well as the reporter. But of course it's a little difficult, and I can't say it's a standard process to work, because when there are two people, reporter can concentrate to observing or to finding people, relevant people, or to instructing cameraman to cover certain important shots and all. So there are two minds are working, and they can get better visuals from this spot. But we all know that economic factors are most important. The financial sustainability of the channel is important. So many channels are going in the direction of one man team, and only reporter is doing reporting as well as the camera person's work also. So but if you have in your team a camera person, you should have good relationship with camera person, so that finally for television channels, as we discussed, that the visuals are important. So what type of visuals you are collecting, that is the basic parameter for your files report. So good visuals are important. Experienced cameramen, if you have good coordination with the cameraman, both of you can come with a very excellent visuals, and that will enhance the impact of your story. Try to get more and more information about the issue of reporting. It is important. Try to speak with a different type of people, eyewitnesses, related people. And if you are talking a lot of people, you will get different type of dimensions of that particular issue. Meet more and more people and talk to them. If you want to be a good television reporter, try to travel more and try to talk to more and more people. It's not only about the very important people you are talking to. If you are covering a crime beat, It's not required only to talking to the DGP or talking to the higher police official. You should have contact and conversation with the constables, the normal police persons also, or the tea vendors or shopkeepers around the police station. So you should talk to more and more people, and you should have that type of understanding ki who can give you the exclusive news, who can give you the actual idea. If you're talking to the senior officials of the police department, they will give you the official stand only, and that is already there, that is in their press conference. Okay, but if you are talking to the constables, to the the police person working at the lowest level also, or the people around a police station, or dealing with police parties, so those type of people can give you some hints, can give you some more important news item. Otherwise, the standard, the official statement is already there, that is given in the press conference, or that is available on the website. So and that is available to all the other news organization, all the channels, so there is no exclusive thing into that. So try to meet and more people and talk to them. That is important. If you see something useful, shoot at the same time. Do not delay. Don't think, okay, I saw something, I will shoot it later. No, it is not possible. Maybe you will not get time, you will not get the same shots or same things happening there. If you are getting something interesting, shoot it at the same time. Don't delay it. Okay. When in doubt, leave it out. This is also a very important thumb rule. Credibility is important. You should be aware of the legal consequences of the things. Okay, so always follow the applicable laws, enforced laws in your country. So if you have doubt on any issue or on anything or any news, if you are not confirmed, don't play with your own credibility. It will reduce your credibility. It may attract the legal consequences for you and your organization also. So if you are not confirmed, leave it out. Okay, don't go for that. The potential sources who are either unhappy or suffering from the system. As I told you, if you want some exclusive information from any organization, government organization or private organization, the people who are sitting on the top level, who are enjoying the power of that organization, they are not going to give anything. Okay, so if you want exclusive information, you will have to find out people who are unhappy in the same organization. If they are not happy, if sometimes they may be jealous, they may be unhappy with their promotions, unhappy with their some their juniors promoted to a senior post. So these type of unhappy people will give you the exclusive information, some information which can be newsworthy. Or a person who is suffering from the system, okay, who is getting pain from the system, or who has experiences about the system, okay, that type of person or that type of people can give you good information. So develop link with them, gain their trust. You will have to earn their trust. Then they will give you, they will reveal some information to you. And don't forget to recheck it. Don't trust completely on any source. If you are getting something, always recheck it. So reconfirmation, revalidation, rechecking is must. Every information should be verified by at least two sources or in two ways. Okay, that is important. Take good care of your equipment. That is important, because if your camera is not working, if you are a one-man team handling with your smartphone or selfie stick and other recording gimbal and other recording equipments, and if they are not working properly when you are doing reporting, then your whole report, it will spoil your whole report. So it is important. It's a very small thing, but it can spoil, because we all know that visuals are must for television channel. So if you are working in a television channel, your organization will demand the visuals. That is the strength of video journalism. That is the uniqueness of video journalism. So visuals are important. So the smartphones, high end smartphones we are using nowadays, reporters are using to collect the visuals. So you should be careful about the battery, you should be careful about the proper functioning of your phone, because if you will miss that, it will impact your visual. Sorry, just give me one. So, so taking good care of your equipments are very important. Otherwise, you will be ditched on the very important moment by these equipments. So today I discussed and I completed the television reporting part. So if you have any query or any question, then I invite all the queries and question. You can raise your hand or you can unmute yourself and ask your question or queries. And if you want to add something to the discussion, that is also welcomed. Otherwise, we will, move forward. So I'm waiting for your queries, questions, and some comments, suggestions, everything.
I think we can move on, sir. Everything has been to me.
Sorry, your voice is breaking, I think, or it may
Yeah,
be
we have
some network issue from my side. Can you type your comment in the text box, chat box? Eliane, can you type your comment in the chat box? Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, now, okay, fine. So, today's topic is television journalism, and we just try to cover up the television news reporting. It is important when we are talking about television journalism. Then the three important aspects are there. First is reporting, because you need to collect material. If you will collect material, only then it can be processed. Then the second is, so collecting material is the reporting. Okay, though there are the other ways also, like we are getting reports from agencies, but still in agencies also some reporter is collecting news item. Then the second thing is now to process that news report, to make that news report broadcastable. That is important. And in that case, writing is very important because television is an audio visual medium. No doubt visuals are important, dominance, but audio is also there. So a story should be told through the dominance of visuals, but the story should also be, communicated with the help of audio components also. So if you will see that as an anchor is speaking, anchor is presenting the anchor link also, and anchor is introducing the story. Then the story starts, then you can see the visuals, that is the added by the audio, that is called voiceover. Then the visuals are there, then the bytes are there, then there is a final, you will get the reporters also, and then reporter is summing up with the PTC. So writing is important. Writing is an important component in television news production. And now we will focus our discussion on writing for television news or writing for video news, because the same video news can be used for television or it can be used for internet platforms also. So let me share the screen. Okay, so writing for television news, or we can say writing for video news. Uh, Writing should be according to the medium. Okay, in this case, it's a television, or you can say the format is video. So whenever we are writing, if you are writing for a printed material, writing should be according to the medium. If we are writing for audio medium, writing should be according to the medium. And here we are writing for video, or we are writing for television. So writing should be according to the medium, because every medium has different characteristics, and the demand of every medium is different because of those unique characteristics. Okay, like if you are writing for audio medium, it may be radio or it may be the internet based audio podcasts and all. So when we are writing for audio medium, we have only audio component to communicate ourselves. Whatever we want to communicate, if you want to communicate the morning, that is not possible to show the visuals of the morning. Okay, so you need to communicate the morning time with the help of audio only. So you can say it's a morning, or you can use the sound effects, the different types of sound effects happening in the morning. So with those type of sound effects, you can create the image of morning in the minds of your listeners. So in the same way, television or video is a type of medium, and when you are writing for television or video, your writing should be according to the medium. According to the subject, again, the writing, the different factors which decide the writing type of writing or style of writing, or the all the aspects of writing. First is medium, second is the subject area. So since you are writing for the news and current affairs, okay, your writing should be your writing should be accordingly. You should follow the subject. uh, you can't treat your writing like you are writing a fiction. Okay. So when you are writing for news and current affairs, your writing should be according to the subject, according to need and interest of the target audience. That is the most important, because as I told you, ki the whole, the maximum media, whether it's television media or internet-based media, that is in private hands, and they need revenue, and their revenue is dependent on the number of viewers or number of audience. So, for financial sustainability, they need more and more viewers or audience. They need to attract their attention. They need to bring them to their channel or to their web pages. Otherwise, they will lose the resources, the revenue, and it will be difficult for them to run the channel or the website. So, interest and need of the audience is important. So, if you are addressing the interest and need of the audience, you will get their attention. Like if you are giving the credible information about the health tips or how to maintain their health in the after 50s or after 40s, and if you are giving a good content, then you can attract the audience of the age group of 45 to 50 or 45 to 55, because they want to know, this is their need, they want to know their health, about their health concerns, or they want to know how to maintain their health or how to improve their health situation. So if they are finding that type of content on website or television news channel, they will go there and they will watch your program or they will click on your news item. So these are important to address the need. First, understand the need and interest of your audience, and then address, provide the content according to the need and interest of your audience, target audience. When we are talking about television or video, we have two components. With the help of these two components, we can, communicate our message. The first is visual, and second is audio. So we have liberty, television has liberty to use both the elements to communicate their language. When we are talking about the visual elements in television or video, you can use video footage, whatever footage, real-time footage collected by the camera, that is video footage. The second is the still photographs can also be used. If you have clicked some still photographs, or if you have some old photographs, relevant photographs also, that can be also used. Then the third is graphics and animation. Graphics, the texts are also used as a graphics. Then there are different type of bar charts or pie charts, different type of charts. Then the animations also coming into the category of graphics. So many times in television news channel, or in video news, you will find a lot of graphics, generally presenting the different type of data. If you are writing a news package on some economical news or some education related news, where you are talking about the growth of educational infrastructure in your country in last 5 years, so if you are using graphics to present it, it will be attractive also, it will be easy to understand for your viewers. If you will speak a lot of data, then it's a very difficult to your viewers to get or to understand those things. So use graphics. At many times, it's a very difficult to find the actual footage, like in the case of a train accident or a bus accident or some terrorist attack. If you don't have, actual visuals, but as we discussed, the television is a audiovisual medium, but with the dominance of visuals. So visuals are must for television stories or video stories. So in that case, you can create animation also. You can create animation where you can show how the train met the accident, what happened to that particular train or to particular bus, or how terrorists entered into a certain premises. So these things where actual visuals are not possible and actual visuals are not available, in those cases we can go for the animations also. Okay, so graphics and animations are also visual elements and very strongly used in the television or video journalism. Now, if you will see the audio elements, in audio elements we have anchor link. Anchor link, that anchor link means whatever is spoken by the television news presenter from the studio. Generally, the anchor or news presenter introduces the story first, so that audio part is called anchor link. Then the voiceovers. After introduction given by the anchor, then you will find visuals on the screen supported by audio commentary and audio commentary. So that audio commentary is called voiceover. So there are visuals, and those visuals are supported by an audio commentary, and that audio commentary is called voiceover. Okay. Then reporter's voice, PTC, live reporting, etc. When reporter is giving live reporting, the voice is coming. That is also audio element. Then in the recorded cases, in the recorded news packages, the PTC is there. PTC is piece to camera. Generally, it comes at the end of the news report where reporter concludes the news. Okay, that is called PTC and PTC, piece to camera. In that case also there is audio element, the reporter's voice. Then the bytes are the pieces of statements or interviews of the relevant people. Like if you are doing some education related story and you are talking about the story is focused on the increased or decreased educational infrastructure in your country in last 5 years. So you can take the bytes. Bytes means small interviews of the relevant people. And take the interview of your education minister. You can take the interview of a teacher working in a school. You can take the interview of students or parents. These are the stakeholders. Since these are the stakeholders of that particular story, these are the relevant people to take bite. And you should not use the whole interview in your news package. Okay, you can get a very 30 seconds 20 seconds piece of that interview, okay, which is most relevant for your story, and you can use that piece, that is called byte. So in that byte also visual and audio both are involved. Visual is the footage of that particular person given byte, and audio is the things, the words, the statement spoken by that person. So byte has also audio and visual, both the components. Then the guest voice. In television channel you can get many panel discussions, debates also, where guests are there, so their voice is also a very important audio element in television news channel. Then the sound effects. Earlier, it was thought that the sound effect should not be used in television news or video news, because when we are talking about news, it should be real. It should be complete. So anything which is not real should not be used. If you are recording something and some ambient sound is coming, some noise is coming, or something which is actually happening at the site that is coming, that was acceptable because that was real. But a sound effect which can enhance the mood of your video or the mood of your different shots, it was a general agreement that it should not be used because it's not real, and in news and current affairs we should go only with the real things. But nowadays, especially in Indian news channels, you will find, and in other countries news channels also, I can observe that they are using sound effects to enhance the mood of video. So those sound effects are also a type of audio element in television news channel. So can any one of you explain what is sound effect? And how these sound effects are used in television news channels or video news channels?
Hello.
Hello, please.
Okay. Sir, you asked about sound effect in radio production, right?
No, 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 no. I'm talking about sound effects in television news channels, and how television news channels or video news are using sound effects, and is it okay? I just want to know your opinion also, using sound effects in news and current affairs programs, because they are not real, they are recorded and they are artificial. So is it okay to use sound effects in television news or video news?
Yes, it is okay, but the use of sound effect in news and current affairs is always less compared to the use of sound effect in other programs.
Yes, yes, of course. Can you explain, Habibu, what is sound effect with some examples?
Yes, in my understanding, a sound effect is just like any artificially made or produced sound which is used to enhance or to improve the artistic value of a particular program.
Okay, fine. Exactly. So basically, sound effects are, the effects, you can say the sounds which can be created artificially with the help of, softwares, number one, or which can be recorded actually also. Like if you want to give the sound effect of traffic, then you can go and you can record the traffic sound and use it in your production. So that is, one way to record sound effects. And with the help of different softwares, you can artificially create the sound effects also. As far as the Habibu told us, that the limited use of sound effects can be, acceptable in news. That is also my opinion. But if you will see, when especially in the context of Indian television news channels, they are using many visual effects and sound effects. Okay, so if there is a some story between Russia and Ukraine war, you will find many visual effects also, as well as many, dramatic sound effects also. So that I think we should avoid. Sound effects can be used to create a real sense of, something that at that level it can be acceptable. But overuse of sound effects, I think that should be avoided. And in television news channels nowadays, in their programming, they are using visual effects as well as sound effects very generously, and they are creating dramatic, uh, visuals as well as the sound inputs also. Fine. Now, elements which are written in the television news or video news. So many things are not written. Like if we are talking about bytes are not written. There is no writing effort, or there is no, script of the byte, because the byte is the actual statement or actual piece of interview given by the relevant person of that particular story. But anchor link is written. Whatever anchor is speaking from the studio while introducing that news story, that is the part of a script. That is the writing work. Then the voiceover is written. You will see after introduction by the anchor, the visuals will come on the screen and there will be an audio commentary. So that audio commentary is a part of a script and that needs to be written. Then the PTC is written. PTC is basically when the news story is concluding, and you will find that the reporter is present on the screen and concluding the story. Then that type of piece, that type of things spoken by the reporter, that is also a part of a script, and that is written. Then the graphics, breaking news sticker, scroller, other graphic plates. So if you will see the television news screen, television channels news screen, a lot of texts are also there. You will find there is a ticker at the bottom of your television screen, and you will find many news items there. So all those items are written. So they are the text based. Then there is a breaking news plate also. Some breaking news, if some breaking news is coming, they are putting into the text. So they are presenting it through the text. So all these things are the writing activities in our television news channel or video news channel. Now, here these are some important formats of TV news or video news, you can say. First is anchor visual. Anchor visual means anchor is speaking, the news presenter is saying something, and the visuals are coming on the screen. So there is no separate voiceover after the level of breaking news. Okay, once the news is broken on the television news channel, so the channel got some visuals about the news, and anchor is presenting that story and visual is going on the screen. That format is called anchor visual. Then the second format is anchor graphics. In that case, the channel didn't get the actual visuals. Okay, anchor is speaking, anchor is telling the news, and relevant graphics are available on the screen. That is called anchor graphics. Many times if anchor is presenting some data, or many times if they are presenting some infographics also, they try to present the sequence of happening through some graphics. So those graphics are coming on the screen, and anchor is speaking, telling the news. That format is called anchor graphics. Then the third is news package. News package is something complete news, recorded news item. So the duration may be 60 seconds, 90 seconds. Earlier it was limited to 60 to 90 seconds, but nowadays you can find news package of 3 minutes, 4 minutes, even 5 minutes also. So the news package is a complete story. Complete story. After some news is just coming, recent news, they are putting it as a breaking news. Then they are providing some visuals. Then they are providing some reporters through the phone. After passing some time, the channel gets the proper time to complete the whole package. So in the news package, you will find some anchor link. Some portion is given by told by the anchor. Then you will find some visuals. Then visual is supported by the voiceover. Then you will find some bytes. Then again voiceover with visuals. Then you will find another byte. Then you will find the PTC, piece to camera, the story concluded by the reporter. This is the whole package is called news package. And it is also a format of television news. Then the news features. So these are the news features are the long stories. It may be 20 minutes. It may be 25 minutes long. And news features are, covering an angle or a dimension of a news in a deeper way. Okay. So news features are more deeper. They are covering the different dimensions of news. Like something happened. Just take an example. Okay, some accident happened and 50 people died. It's a huge loss for the society. Okay, so it's a big news. The hard news is in hard news we will present what happened. Okay, how did it happen? What is the status of the dead person? How many casualties are there? Information about the rescue work, information about from the hospitals, information from the fire brigade. So these type of information will be given as a hard news. After passing some time, some hours or a day, we can try to understand the reasons behind these type of happenings, accidents. And we will go to the backgrounders also. How many these type of accidents happened in last 1 year or in last 2 years, and why, what are the basic reasons behind these things, what are the experts view on that. So with the help of all these dimensions, we can go for a 20 minutes news feature, television news feature on this topic. So this will be called a news feature. It's a detailed long form, okay, where you will include the anchors things also, some PTCs also, some interviews, piece of some interviews also, some visuals, many voiceovers, then some graphics also to present the data. So it's a overall package talking about the deeper things. It's a not just putting the straightway hard facts, okay. Try to understand the reason, involve the experts as a as an interviewee, and then you are presenting a news feature. So this is also a good format and of in television news channel. Then the documentaries may be on recent issues, or maybe some relevant issues which are not recent, which are not fresh. News features are generally with the fresh news happenings, okay. Document Documentaries, if you are making, you can make some documentary on environmental issues, okay. So that documentary may be relevant for a television news channel, okay. The purpose of your documentary may be to bring the behavioral changes of the people, how to change their some day-to-day behavior to save the environment, to save your earth, or to save your cities and your villages from the pollution. So these type of documentaries are also a type of program formats for a television news channel. Then the docudrama. Documentaries are completely based on the facts, completely based on the facts. And in presentation also, we are going only with the real thing. Documentary and docudrama, there are slight differences, okay. Can you explain, any one of you explain, what is difference between documentary and docudrama?
Okay, sir.
Yes, Abibu.
Uh, I think the main difference is that documentary is completely uh, about an event that happened in a real life,
Mhm.
while a docudrama is a mixture of documentary and drama. That
Yes,
is showing real event in form of a drama, or in form of a story.
exactly. Thank you, Abibu. Yes, documentary and docudrama, both are based on the facts only. Docudrama is also not a fiction, it's a completely based on the fact. Documentary is also completely on the fact, based on the facts. But in docudrama, we are taking some liberty in presentation. Like, I just want to explain with an example. Like, you have produced a documentary on some historical event of your country, okay. So you are presenting, if you are going for the documentary format, you have to present all the things, real things only. Any real things, real facts, real documents, real pictures. And if you have some conversation, recorded conversation of the key players of that particular historical event, then you can use those recordings in your documentary, okay. But if you don't have, you can't recreate that, okay. Like, if you have some conversation with that time of president and that time of leader of opposition, both were involved in that particular historical event, and if you have the actual recorded conversation between them, you can use that actual recording in your documentary. Otherwise, if you have documentary proof that these conversations happened between them, then, and if you don't have the recording, then you can use their pictures, and then you can with the help of voiceover, you can present those conversation. You can say that during that period the president told the leader of opposition this, and at the place of visual you can show their still pictures or file pictures to tell your story. So this is the documentary format, where the whole story is fact based, the whole presentation is real. But in case of docudrama, your content is real. You have the documentary proof that this type of conversation happened between that type of president and that time of leader of opposition. But you don't have the actual recording video footage of that conversation. In that case, in the case of docudrama, you can recreate that conversation. You can use the characters, you can use the matching characters for that time of president and that type of leader of opposition. And as a drama, you can recreate that conversation and you can record them. So this format is called docudrama because this conversation is not real. This conversation is real in the terms of facts, okay, but the actual people are not in this conversation, they are characters. So you recreated that conversation, so you integrated the element of drama into documentary. That's why it is called docudrama. And you will, if you will see the different types of world popular channels like BBC Earth or documentary or Discovery or History Channel or some OTT content of Discovery Plus OTT platform, you will find a lot of docudrama format because docudrama is comparatively more interesting than the documentary. The experiment of docudrama is to attract the eyeball or attention of your viewers. So docudrama is also a format. Then the debate discussion, we all know that is very popular, program format. Then the interview based programs are also there. Then the many other programs nowadays, channels are or websites are experimenting with the program formats. They are integrating many, they are mixing many, they are creating hybrids also. Some are real shows also, they are also planning. So a lot of innovations and experiments are going on the television program formats. So these are the basic program formats. I think today I tried to capture two important segments. First is television reporting, then the second is television, different types of programs, the different components available in television as an audiovisual medium. So if you have any query, if you have any comment, if you want to add something, you are all welcome. I'm waiting for you. Or if you have any confusion, any query, any confusion about the today's session, that is also welcome. Okay, so there is one question. Please clarify the difference between anchor visuals and anchor graphics. Okay, anchor visual, Emmanuel, anchor visual and anchor graphics. These are the small stories, television stories. Anchor is telling that story. The initial visual is from studio, then it is shifted to the screen, and on a screen you can find the visuals of that particular story. Like for preparing the television package, we need time. We need time. Like just take an example that some cultural activities are going on, and the president of the country inaugurated that event. Okay, and your channel wants to prepare, wants to broadcast it. Okay, so one is the way live, that is the best way. But if you are not allowed to go live, or if you are not want to put your resources for this particular news story, live resources, then you are waiting for the footage. You got the footage at your channel, but the proper package is not prepared. Proper package, there should be a script. So visuals, the people will see the visuals accordingly. They will write the voiceover, then they will put some bytes, then again the voiceover. So then there will be editing will be involved, and finally package created. So for preparing package, you need at least 2 hours. Okay, but you can't, since immediacy is involved in the television sector, you can't wait for those 2 hours. Okay, you want to show something, and you received some footage. Okay, so you are playing that footage. That footage is without voiceover, and anchor is telling about that story. This format is called, and it's a small story for 1 minute, 90 seconds, or hardly 60 to 90 seconds. Visuals are on the screen, and anchor is telling about that story, news story. That is fine. That is called anchor visual. Then the anchor graphics. In some cases, we don't have actual visuals, real visuals. We are converting it, then the graphics. Graphics may be time series things, like, okay, with the help of infographics, be presented, okay, president came, then they inaugurated, then these things are happening. So something, only if only anchor will present the news story, that is also a format that is called dry anchor read, where only anchor is on the screen and telling the news item. But it is least preferable thing in the television, because television as a medium, the visuals are their requirement. So if we don't have actual visuals, we are going for the infographics. Or if anchor is presenting some data, some information which is based on data, so those graphics are coming on the screen and anchor is telling this story. Okay? After getting some hours, there will be a complete package on that. Okay, so before coming the package in the existence, because preparing a package needs time, these type of formats can be used, anchor visuals or anchor graphics. Like if you will see I am as an anchor, and with the help of, since it's an interactive, so in television this type of interaction is not possible. But if anchor is speaking like me, and there is a slide presentation going on the screen, so this type of format is called anchor graphics. And if I am speaking something about the television news channels, and we have actual visuals, video recordings of television newsrooms, something happened, and I am telling about those things, and those visuals are coming on the screen, this type of format will call anchor visual. Is it fine, Emmanuel? Now is it clear? Okay. So thank you very much. Now we are ending this session here itself. And I hope I tried my best to present today's session fruitful for you. I hope you got something from this session. And we will meet in some other session again. Thank you very much for joining this session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.